Yeah, guys, welcome to this obviously preview for the Everton and the Bees, I should say. Yeah, in the Premier League, back to that, guys. Thank God we are back. Come on, back to the Premier, and that's obviously tomorrow. This game, and obviously the Toffees versus the Bees, and could it be our first away win? Well, let's hope. You know, fingers crossed. We need our first away points. And last year, okay, we lost here twice. We lost to Everton twice last season. So it's not going to be easy. That's for sure. And apologies for being late, by the way, guys. It's just supposed to be a lot earlier than this. Well, it was around 12 odd originally. And then obviously I made it about 6. And now actually it's nearly half 6. But obviously other things happen. So apologies, guys. But I'm here now. This is not going to be that long anyway. It's going to be fairly brief, this preview. Obviously, I haven't got an Everton fan on or anything. So I'm just going to get straight on with it anyway. And there's, the team news won't be out till tomorrow, really. But obviously, I've got sort of injury updates and stuff that I can share with you. And that's what I'll do now. So get straight to it. Bring this page up. Here we go. There it is, injury update. And Bomo, Pinnock, Thiago and Visser. Brentford head coach Thomas Frank provides an update on Brian and Bomo, Ethan Pinnock, Igor, Thiago and Johan Visser ahead of the Bees Premier League game against Everton. And Bomo, Pinnock and Visser did not feature for their nations during the November international break. So it means they're fresh and fit, which is good. No injuries. That's what I like to hear. While Thiago is in a good place, having played 45 minutes in the behind closed doors friendly against Cardiff City early this month, which is great. I'm glad he's back. We need him. Well, back, he hasn't exactly played or only friendlies. That's when he got injured. So let's hope he will stay fit if he comes on and nothing happens. He will play some minutes here against Everton. Maybe he might come on and score and win it for us. That'd be a dream, wouldn't it? On his debut, it'd be incredible. But anyway, I'll go through all this article. Brentford head coach Thomas Frank expects to have Brian and Bomo, Ethan Pinnock and Johan Visser available for Saturday's Premier League game against Everton. The Bees trio did not feature for their nations during the November international break. All of them I expect to be available and ready, said Frank. All three situations are different minor issues. It's a little bit similar to the last international break when Mikael Damsgaard and Christian Norgard were called up for Denmark and did not travel, but managed to be ready for the next game. Sometimes a week's rest can make all the difference, so I expect them to be ready. We're very thankful for the cooperation from the three national teams. I just read that. Anyway, Frank delivered more positive news during his pre-match press conference at Jersey Road. Igor Thiago played 45 minutes in the behind closed doors friendly on 13th of November as a Brentford 11 beat Cardiff City 2-1 at Jersey Road, and the striker could make his Premier League debut at Goodison Park. Yes, come on. At last. Come on. This guy is going to play and get us some goals now. He was the Tony replacement we needed. And let's hope he can fire. And it'll be his first game, first proper match. So, got to cut him some slack, but I really hope he can score and start really well. I really do. Thiago is in a good place and trained very well this week, Frank revealed. He will be involved in the squad. Fellow forward Gustavo Nunes also looks good. I can't wait to see this guy, the wonder kid, Brazilian. He also played 45 minutes against Cardiff, but Saturday's game will come a bit too early for the Brazilian. Well, there we go. But he's there, almost there. So We may have him for the next game after this one. Anyway, defenders Christopher Ayer, foot. Shame, really. Rico Henry, still out. Knee, remains sidelined. Well, Aaron Hickey, a hamstring, and Josh De Silva, knee, are the West Londoners' longer-term absentees. Yeah, tell me about it. Are they? They always are. Unfortunately. Yeah. Let's have a look at this, the match preview. Actually, I might just read the other. It's Frank's praise for Everton and Dyche. Let's read this one first. Frank's praise for Everton and Dyche. Brentford boss Thomas Frank says that Everton manager Sean Dyche does not get the credit he deserves ahead of the Bees' final Premier League game at Goodison Park. True, he doesn't. He does a great job keeping teams up, especially. He's done it with Burnley for many seasons. He's doing it with Everton. So, brilliant. Frank Hughes is a fantastic coach and manager. I'm a big admirer of his work. Brentford boss Thomas Frank says that Everton manager Sean Dyche doesn't get the credit he deserves. The Bees return to Premier League action on Saturday afternoon with a trip to Merseyside. Everton, who sit 16th in the table, have edged the last two Goodison meetings between the sides, with Frank expecting another tight affair this weekend. They are extremely solid, said Frank. I know they had a tough start where they lost their first 4 games. One defeat in their last 7 says everything about them. Sean is a fantastic coach and manager. He always makes his team very difficult to play against. They are physical, intensive, impressive. They have pace on transitions, are very tight on set pieces, and they play behind you. What he brings is a fantastic foundation. I don't think he always gets enough credit for how dynamic they are and how good they are in the offensive third. I'm a big admirer of his work. What we did at Burnley was extremely impressive and was something I looked into. That journey and how we could bring some of those elements to Brentford. He's doing it again at Everton, and it's potentially even more impressive. On paper, you could maybe say the squad is better, but it's also a bigger challenge because there's been a lot of noise with points deductions and the change of owners. I expect a very difficult but also even game. I think there is an element where the two teams can cancel each other out. It might be one top action that will decide the game. Offensively, we need to be good on the ball. We need to go out there and be brave and want to turn forward and drive forward. A big thing is to be brave. Saturday will be, unless they are drawn against the Toffees in the FA Cup, Brentford's final trip to Goodison Park before the weekend's hosts move to Everton Stadium from next season onwards. It's an iconic ground, Frank continued. So much history has happened in that ground. For me, as a foreign manager coming into the Premier League and to England, it's one of the grounds I most enjoy playing at. The atmosphere is just a little bit more special with some of these old grounds. I'm looking forward to going there on Saturday, and hopefully I can enjoy it more with a win. Yeah, I hope so as well. I hope we all can, Thomas. We need a win, man. We really need a win, bro. Big time. An away win, I mean. We haven't had one yet. We ain't got any points away. So it's desperately needed. And I just want to find the preview. Had that here Here we go. Here's the preview, guys. Analysis, team news, match officials, and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of Brentford's Premier League game against Everton at Goodison Park on Saturday. 3 p.m. kickoff, of course. Thomas Frank's side are looking to pick up their first points away from home this term, while Sean Dyche's Toffees are keen to give Goodison a good send-off as they play their final season at the iconic ground. Analysis, team news, match officials, and more. Here's everything you need to know ahead of the clash of Merseyside. Stephen Gillett, playmaker stats. Set pieces could prove decisive on Saturday. The Premier League returns this weekend after yet another international break, and Brentford will have to maximise their strengths if they wish to beat Sean Dyche's Everton. The Bees are 0-3 in their last 3 meetings against the Toffees, and Saturday's clash at Goodison Park is an intriguing one, as the two sides wield similar weapons. For starters, both clubs are two of the Premier League's most skilled direct football practitioners, and the battle for aerial supremacy on Saturday will be fierce. To illustrate this point, the Bees 18 rank first in the Premier League for aerial duels won per game this season, just ahead of Everton 15.7, while the Toffees have pinged 293 accurate long balls, more than any team in the top flight. Brentford close behind them with 273. It's important to note that both teams use their goalkeepers as literal launch pads for many of their attacks. With John Pickford and Mark Flecken currently joint top of the Premier League for long balls completed, 119, and the two stoppers also topped this stat in the top flight last term. The Bees will have prepared for Everton's tactic of spraying long balls to forward Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and the rangy target man's threat is underlined by the fact he has won more headers, 47, than any player in the top tier this season. Brentford are perhaps uniquely suited to handling DCL. However, given that Nathan Collins 3rd, Ethan Pinnock 5th and Sepp Vandenberg 8th, all rank in the top 10 in the Premier League for successful aerial duels in 24-25. Well drilled by Thomas Frank and Sean Dyche respectively, Brentford 16 bookings and Everton 17 currently lead the Premier League's fair play table, and both sides' strict disciplinary code is highlighted by a shared reluctance to concede free kicks. Everton 39% may have the lowest average possession share in the Premier League this season, but only 4 sides in the league have given away fewer fouls than the Toffees, 123 this season. But one of them is Brentford, who topped this stat, having only conceded a miserly 6.9 free kicks per game on average. Those free kick stats hint at an acute appreciation of how important dead balls can be, and set pieces could prove decisive on Saturday. Brentford have rightly been lauded for their set piece expertise in recent times, and their prowess from kickoffs this season has been readily apparent. But Everton's dead balls stats last season were staggering. The second most potent team in the top flight from free kicks, throw-ins and corners last term, the Toffees converted 19 goals from set pieces, second only to Arsenal 20. However, while the Gunners scored 22% of their total goal tally from such situations, 48% of all Everton strikes in the 23-24 campaign stemmed from set pieces, and Brentford will need to be at their best to thwart a Toffee side who have already scored 4 of their 10 goals this term after the ball has gone dead. Despite the club's common traits, Brentford fans will hope the Bees' evolution under Frank has added a few strings to their bow. Second only to Spurs in the Premier League goal charts, Brentford has scored 16 of their 22 league goals from open play this term. Only Man City have more from live situations. And with Brian Mbeumo and Johan Visser in red-hot form, the Bees currently possess impressive attacking potency. This ability to cause problems from free play could stand the Bees in good stead, as should their capacity to carve out high-quality chances. The Bees 0.16 XG per shot, the best average in the entire division at the moment. Apologies for that, guys. Just had to sneeze. Sorry about that. Yeah, so Dan Long, Sky Sports, lack of goals a sticking point for Dyche's Toffees. And sorry, I should have muted that, me sneezing, but so I just didn't get a chance, guys. Sorry. Everton's troubles and persistent flirtation with the very real possibility of relegation from the Premier League continued last season. They survived by 4 points in 2022, 2 points in 2023, and found themselves fighting it out in the bottom 3 on 3 separate occasions in 23-24. This time around, though, it was largely down to the points deduction they were handed in November 2023 for breaching the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules. Initially punished with a 10-point deduction, the biggest in the league's history, it was reduced to 6 on appeal. Though a further breach saw them hit with another 2-point deduction in April, naturally it was the overarching story of their season. Survival was the sole ambition. The second deduction in particular seemed to light a fire deep within, as the Toffees won 5 and drew 2 of their last 9 games, to finish with a very healthy 14-point cushion between themselves and the bottom 3. We've had many knocks this season, and I'm pleased the way the team and the staff have seen through the challenges and delivered, said manager Sean Dyche after the final day defeat to Arsenal. And the fixture computer seems to have been kind to Everton when all the dates were released in June. However, they've not really taken advantage of that. They were rock bottom of the table for the first month after defeats to Brighton, Tottenham, Bournemouth and Aston Villa in the latter 2. They led 2-0 before being beaten 3-2 on both occasions, 2 weeks in a row. They were left shell-shocked, which meant they lost their opening 4 league games for the first time in 66 years. Taking 10 points from the 7 games that have followed has helped them to 16th going into Saturday's game at Goodison Park. But with just 1 win at home and 1 win away, slipping back into the bottom three soon is not beyond the realms of possibility. Ipswich and Southampton have recently picked up their first league wins of the season and will be desperate not to suffer immediate relegation back to the Championship. Crystal Palace and Wolves will not be happy with their respective current situations either. To look at it from a binary perspective, it is not necessarily a case of leaking too many goals, as only 3 teams in the bottom half have conceded fewer than their tally of 17. Scoring them has been much more of a struggle. Everton have netted just 10 so far, which is the joint third lowest tally in the entirety of the top 4 divisions, after Crystal Palace 8 and Southampton 7. We all know in the dugout, Sean Dyche, we all know this guy. Brilliant. After a 17-year playing career ended at Northampton in 2007, Sean Dyche immediately stepped into the world of coaching by working as an under-18s coach at former club Watford, who he had played for between 2002 and 2005. 2 years later, Malcolm Mackay, who incidentally joined the Hornets as a player the summer Dyche left, was appointed manager, with Dyche promoted to become his assistant. Over the next 2 seasons, the pair guided Watford to 16th and 14th place finishes in the Championship. And in the summer of 2011, Mackay left to take over at Cardiff, which led to Dyche stepping up to take on the role on a permanent basis in his place. He led the club to 11th in 2011-12, their highest finish in 4 seasons. But the Pozzo family took over and in a statement said they recognised Sean's impeccable conduct, representing the Hornets with honour and dignity at all time, before they quickly ousted him in the favour of Gianfranco Zola. Dyche was only out of work for a matter of months, though. Eddie Howe left Burnley to return to Bournemouth in October 2012, and he was installed as Howe's successor on a 2.5-year contract. However, he ended up remaining at Turf Moor for 7 years, more than his initial contract length, guiding the Clarets to promotion to the Premier League as runners-up in 2013-14 and as Championship winners in 2015-16. His side finished 7th in 2017-18, which saw them qualify for European football for the first time in over half a century. In April 2022, with the threat of relegation increasing, Dyche was sacked by Burnley, who dropped into the Championship after a defeat to Newcastle United on the final day. And in January 2023, was appointed manager of Everton on a 2.5-year contract. The 53-year-old is the Toffees has stayed in the job. Stayed in the job for longer than his 6 permanent predecessors, and is the longest-serving manager since Roberto Martinez, who left Goodison Park back in May 2016. The game plan with Sky Sports Ben Grounds. Sky Sports Ben Grounds explains how Everton might approach the game at Goodison Park on Saturday. Oh, yeah, I'll just read this comment before I continue. I've got a comment in the live chat. Yeah, Jordan LFC, big up to you, bro. Thanks for being in here, man. Cool. Hope you're well. Hey, Steve, I've been busy putting out some contents work on my channel. Yeah, nice. That's good, mate. No worries. It's cool. I have to check that out. I ain't been on your channel for a while. I'll have to have a look at that, mate. Yeah, it'd be cool, man. I'll have to get on there at some stage, bro. Yeah. Anyway, Dyche has always been a streaky manager at Everton, but his approach has always been the same. Ground said, sometimes it has felt like a turn in results can hinge on one refereeing decision, even a throw-in. It's not really a way to run a football club. When you look across the dugout and see what Thomas Frank has built at Brentford, is the polar opposite to Everton, where a series of short-term measures has been sought to effectively get the club to Bramley Moor Dock as a Premier League outfit. It is perhaps an unkind assessment, but Dyche has churned out improved results in the last 7 games because he simply had to. Whenever the heat's turned up, he finds a way to keep the Wolves away from the door. But with the Friedkin group closing in a takeover ahead of the January transfer window, a bad result against Brentford would put immense pressure on the games ahead during the most congested period of the season. The West Ham draw felt like a must-not-lose game for both clubs, but more courage on the ball is now needed to take points off those around Everton in the table. Frank hopeful on Brentford trio. I've read all this. Yeah, done all that. And this is the ref for the game tomorrow. Chris Kavanagh. Assistants James Mannering and Akil Howson. Fourth official Anthony Backhouse. Video assistant referee Matthew Donoghue. Chris Kavanagh became a select Group 1 referee for the 2017-18 season after working his way up the football pyramid. The Manchester-born referee started officiating in 1998 as a 13-year-old, plying his trade in local football before being promoted to take charge of matches in the National League in 2012. Kavanagh refereed in the Football League regularly from 2014-15 season and made his Premier League debut in April 2017. This will be the 10th time Kavanagh has taken charge of a Brentford game, with his most recent of those being coming 2 seasons ago at G-Tech Community Stadium when Newcastle United won 2-1. Oh well. The Lancashire officials' first Bees assignment was a 4-1 victory over Huddersfield Town in March 2015, while he was the man in the middle for the Sky Bet Championship playoff final against Swansea City, which saw the West Londoners promoted to the top flight. Yes. Come on. Must have been a lucky omen, you know. So maybe it will be tomorrow. Let's hope. Come on, Chris, man. Come on, Chris. You can do it for us, mate. You know, top ref. You know, top. Yeah, memorable match. Everton 2, Brentford 3. Premier League, 15th of May, 2022. Remember, we did actually beat them, you know. We had beaten them. So let's hope we can do this again, or, well, maybe not concede 2. But anyway, Rico Henry, where has he gone? Where is he? Injured. Rico Henry scored the winner as Brentford came from behind to beat Everton in a rip-roaring Premier League encounter. The Bees fell behind early on before the hosts were reduced to 10 men. A deflected Joan Vista shot levelled it up, and the same man scored a second equaliser after the break. Henry headed home the winner moments later. Just need that man back. We really do. Rico Henry. It's important. We get him back here. So let's go to this. I've got another comment. Football overseas. Big up, Mr. B. Yeah, big up to you, bro. That's Kyle, really. Big up, my friend. Great to see you in here. And yeah, we go to this. Obviously, we got, yes, of course, Everton tomorrow, but we got Leicester at home. Could be a winnable game, you would think, but I don't know. Leicester are struggling, I guess, but never take them lightly. Can't underestimate them. And then Villa, what a tough one. Wednesday, 4th of December. That is tough at Villa Park. And then, of course, Newcastle at home. We obviously playing them in the Carabao Cup. So, playing them a little bit, I think probably 2 or 3 times maybe. But, yeah. Then, of course, Chelsea away at Stamford Bridge. Yeah. There we go. Speaking of that, Carabao Cup, Newcastle Brentford, Wednesday, 18th of December. Real tough one, but we'll have some practice against them. Hopefully, we'll beat them at home. I mean, I really hope so. I think they're another team we haven't really ever beaten, I don't believe, since coming up. So it will be a first. And of course, Forest, who are going well, we got them at home. So, yeah, a few tough ones. Brighton away. Friday, 27th of December. Yeah, another tough one. They're coming thick and fast, the games, that's for sure. Yeah. Let's just see. I'm surmising who's going to play. There's no injury, no team news. Yeah, that was the last one. Of course, we beat Bournemouth 3-2 at home. A great match again. Incredible game. Yeah. Well, it's going to be Flecken. We know that. He's always in goal. So probably Vandenberg again. Yeah. And a lot of these, as we see, haven't played internationals. So a bit of fresh. I think him as well, Vandenberg. So don't think he played. Or Lewis Potter, of course. Yeah, a lot of these haven't played. So Collins played, of course, Republic of Ireland against us and all that. And was it Finland and whatever? So, yeah, whether he'll play, it might be me. They might go back to Ben Mee, or possibly, I would say, he may come in. But I don't know. They might just continue with Collins if he's still good enough, fit enough. He hasn't got any injuries. So, who knows? Pinnock as well. Of course, he didn't play. Jensen, I don't believe, played. So, I'm sure he'll be in there. Jan out as well. Don't think Jan out played anyway for Germany. And Visser didn't, of course, and Bomo, Damsgaard, none of them played. So you would expect them to be in the team. This would be pretty much the team, although I think may come in for Collins. Don't know as such. As long as Ross left don't play, I'm happy. But yeah. Yeah, so you got, yeah, I would think that'd be the similar team, and it may be me for Collins, depending. He played 2 games for Ireland. So, yeah, he may be left out. Who knows? We'll obviously find out more tomorrow. I always do my update of the team news. So, do all that tomorrow, guys. And, yeah. But that'll be it for now, guys. I'm gonna bounce, and I've got other streams coming up. So I've got a cricket one I'm doing about 7:05 with Manny. He'll be joining me for that. Discussing the women's tour of South Africa T20 for the cricket. So we'll be in discussion about all that, and obviously other stuff coming up. I'll be on Norris stream about 8. Norris Talks Football. Be going on there, guys, and so check that out as well. And I'll say the cricket one, check that one out. Be about 7:05 very soon now. Pretty much when I finish this. Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Mr. B for Life 182 and subscribe to Mr. B Hiver Football Chat and Mr. B Chats England Cricket. Please please do it, guys. Please keep smashing the subs, likes and subs. Keep getting them going up. It's all good, really need it. And apologies again with the times again that I didn't come on earlier, and I really do apologise. So, but I'm on here now, so it's taken a while, but I managed to do this preview. Just a shame I couldn't get an Everton fan on. I would have loved to, but obviously not. Maybe for the reaction, I might be able to find one. And hope it's a good reaction, because we badly need a win, guys. We really do. Away from home, I mean. So haven't yet got any away points. So could this be the first one? Let's hope. Yeah. So anyway, I'm pretty much going to bounce, guys. And thanks for watching live, if you have been, or on playback. I'll see, if you're watching this back. Thank you, and thanks for all your support, as usual. But for now, guys, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.